Some horror films are just scary because of the creatures and the monsters and the evil that's out there. Others are scary because of that inherent evil within people themselves. And Crucible of Terror from the Hammer Presents line features one of the nastiest family dynamics I've seen in a film. Released in 1971 and now part of the Hammer Presents line, it isn't a traditional gothic horror filled with vampires or mad scientists or strange creatures. This is unfiltered psychological cruelty, resentment, abuse and emotional collapse wrapped inside a deeply uncomfortable chamber piece thriller. And honestly, Michael Gough is absolutely horrific in this film.
Go away.
Crucible of Horror was also released under the title The Corpse. Michael Gough, like I've said, who is incredibly great in this film, is Walter Eastwood, a wealthy patriarch who emotionally and physically terrorises his family. Living under Walter's control is his long-suffering wife Edith, his daughter Jane, and his son Rupert. Now, Walter ritualistically humiliates every single person round about him. He controls the household through fear and an iron fist. And some of the implications surrounding his relationship with Jane become genuinely disturbing as the film progresses. There's a moment in the film after we've seen the dynamics and everything that's going on which just encapsulates the entire plot. Edith and Jane are together having a conversation. Walter has just left for work and just almost haphazardly one turns to the other and says, "We should just murder him." And the other one's just like, "Yeah." And that is the crux of this film.
Let's kill him.
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
These women have had enough and decide to get retribution by taking out this patriarchal terror that they have. Michael Gough is incredible in this film. You know him from as kind of Alfred in the Batman films. His performance is going to feel shocking because this character is cruel, he's manipulative, he's sadistic and emotionally corrosive. And Gough never tries to soften him. There's no charm here, there's no tragic humanity. He dominates every single room through pure psychological intimidation. And honestly, he's one of the most unpleasant characters I've had the misfortune to come across, and it's portrayed perfectly here.
Who touched my guns?
Has somebody touched them?
Yes.
This is a film that is driven on atmosphere. It has limited sets. It's got limited characters, but it pushes the tension through the atmosphere in it. You have these large empty houses. You have this constant bubbling tension of when this character could snap. You have the awkward silences and the emotional hostility in every single conversation. It doesn't rely on gore or supernatural horror. The horror is living with Walter in this film. The psychological element that comes here, it becomes really ugly, and it leans into things of abuse, misogyny, inherent toxicity, and possibly, although it doesn't outright say that, there's a little bit of incest eking into it as well. This is not cosy gothic horror. It's mean, it is cold, it's emotionally unpleasant in a very deliberate way.
Are you going to listen?
Well, what?
It fits easily into that late 60s, early 70s British horror energy. There's a kind of dreamlike editing, there are surreal flashes, some of the psychological imagery is really well placed, and it has this odd tonal shift throughout it. It feels like Hammer horror colliding with art house psychodrama, and while not all of it fully works, it definitely gives the film its own identity. Now, to be fair, it's a bit of a complex film here, and the pacing can drag here and there. Some of the scenes feel a little bit awkwardly staged, and the narrative becomes deliberately ambiguous towards the ending. But everything else is really well done. It's uncomfortable. It is twisted. It makes you feel what some of the characters are feeling, and that is not a nice way to be. This isn't campy fun, it isn't gothic escapism, it's a film about surviving inside wealthy respectability, and the psychological cruelty gives it an edge that feels really effective. As part of the Hammer Presents line, it's exactly the kind of overlooked British film that I really want to see rediscovered. I am so glad to have it. I'm glad that the boutique labels are discovering this, and although it's not a Hammer film, it feels like it belongs there, and it really does fit in to that Hammer Presents range. Let's dive into the disc, have a look at some of the extras.
Here we are in the disc for Crucible of Horror. We have The Corpse, which is the UK version, and that has a commentary featuring Vic Pratt and Will Fowler. There is Crucible of Horror, which is the US version. We have the US theatrical trailer, textless US theatrical trailer, and we have The Persistence of Patriarchy, which is 31 minutes 47 seconds, and it has Jonathan Rigsby just waxing lyrical about this movie, and everything he says completely agree. He seems to love it, and I concur with everything he says. There's also an image gallery and settings. That's the extras for Crucible of Horror.
Crucible of Horror is bleak, uncomfortable, but really great. I'm really glad to have discovered this one. I think Michael Gough gives an absolutely incredible performance here. I loathed him completely throughout the film. This ended up being far nastier, far darker than I was expecting. It isn't the traditional Hammer horror style kind of fun that you're getting here. It's grimy and psychological. The cruelty is apparent throughout it, and I would love to know if you had seen this one before. Is it something you're interested in checking out? I strongly recommend getting this one. I thought it was great. I was compelled and hooked right from the start, but I want to know your thoughts on it if you've seen it. So let me know in the comment box below whether you've seen it, loved it, hated it, whatever. Intend to pick this one up. I'd love to know as well. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.